Okay, so this is the highest common factor, lowest common multiple stuff. Question 1. Highlight pen's probably going to help here. So Tom and Amy set the alarm on their phones to sound at 6:45 a.m. Both alarms sound together at 6:45. Tom's alarm sounds every 9 minutes, Amy's every 12 minutes. At what time do the alarms next sound together? So we are going to be looking for a lowest common multiple, because it's going to be a multiple of 9 and a multiple of 12, and we want the first time that happens. Two ways we could do it. We could do our Venn diagram. Numbers are small though, so we could actually just think about what the 9 times table looks like, and what the 12 times table looks like. And we could rapidly work out that it was 36. So it would be 36 minutes. We've got to add that onto 6:45. And of course, that will take us over an hour, because there's only 60 minutes in an hour. 45 plus 36 is going to be 81, but 60 of those will make an hour, so it will take us to 7:21. Okay, question 2. Caroline's making some table decorations. Each decoration is made from a candle and a holder. Caroline buys some candles and some holders. Buys some candles and some holders, each in packs. There are 30 candles in a pack. There are 18 holders in a pack. Caroline buys exactly the same number of candles and holders. How many packs? So if she's buying exactly the same number, we've got to find a common multiple again, which will be the first time that the 30 and the 18 appear together. These numbers are a bit bigger, so I'm going to go for the prime factors for this one. Oh, 3. Sorry. And we can use our nice little Venn diagram, because that's going to help with the next bit as well. So they've both got a 3 in common. So that's going to go in the middle. They've both got a 2 in common as well. So that's going to go in the middle. And this has got a 5 left over, this has got a 3 left over. Now, if we multiplied all of this together, we would find that we would have bought 90 candles and 90 holders. That would be how many we bought, but we'd need to know how many packets of each we've bought. 3 times 30, we would have bought 3 packets of candles. 5 times 18, we'd have bought 5 packets of holders. Right. Caroline uses all of her candles and all of her holders. How many decorations does Caroline make? Whoops. Oh yeah, that's actually the 90. Yeah. That's our lowest common multiple. Okay, another lowest common multiple. Buses to Acton leave the bus station every 24 minutes. Buses to Barton leave every 20 minutes. A bus to Acton and bus to Barton both leave the bus station at 9 a.m. When will the bus to Acton and bus to Barton next leave at the same time? So we're looking for our lowest common multiple again. If we do our prime factors, a Venn diagram, and in the middle we've got 2 2s on both sides that are common, and a 2 and a 3 left over, and a 5. So if we multiply this all together, all of this multiplied together will make 24, and then times that by 5, we get 120. So that's how many minutes it would take. That's 2 hours, obviously. So that means it would be 11 a.m. Often questions like that will come with a follow-up, what assumptions have you made, the sort of thing, for a 1 mark. That would be the sort of thing, assuming the buses don't break down, etc., etc. Okay, Rita is going to make some cheeseburgers for a party. She buys some packets of cheese slices. So this is very much like the question on the candle holders that we had a look at. Let's make our Venn diagram. And two 2's common. And a 3. So if this was our cheese, and this is our burgers, then they bought 3 packets of cheese, and 5 packets of burgers. Rita wants to put 1 slice of cheese and 1 burger into each bread roll. Well, the bread rolls that she's going to be able to make, that's our lowest common multiple, so we would have to multiply everything in there together, which would give us 5 times 2 times 2 times 3, 60. Rena bought some food for a barbecue. She's going to make some hot dogs. She needs bread rolls, sausages, again, a similar style of problem. Let's break it down in a different way just to be interesting. That's our 40 done. Venn diagram. This time there are 3 2's common to both sides. And there's a 5 left over and a 3 left over. So this was the bread rolls. This is the sausages. And we've got 3 bread packets were bought and 5 packets of sausages were bought. This represented 40 and this represented 24. And then how many hot dogs could she make? Well, that's our lowest common multiple, so if we multiply all that together, 5 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 40, times 3 is 120. Okay, highest common factor, lowest common multiple of, just highest common factor, sorry, of 3 numbers. So all we've got to do is find our prime factors, same as we always have done. And we're going to do that for all of our numbers. That's 72 as well. Now, one thing I will say is that this number, 32, only has prime factors of 2. So that's going to be speeding up the location of things because none of these 3's are going to help. But 32 and 48 and 72 have 1. They all have another. They all have a third. 72's out of prime factors of 2. This one only had prime factors of 2. So our highest common factor is going to be 2 cubed, which is 8. Last page. Right, 504 is a product of its powers of its prime factors. So basically we are doing our prime factor tree, same as before. So that will halve, we'll end up with 252, which will halve. We'll end up with 126, which will halve. 63, which will divide by 3. 21, which will divide by 3. And 7 is prime. So to write it as a product of its primes, we would have to write all of these primes with the time sign between them, but we want a product of powers. So that means 2 times 2 times 2 is 2 cubed, that's the powers bit. 3 times 3 is 3 squared, and we've just got 1 7, so we can just put 7. Must put the time signs between, must put the time signs. And John buys some boxes of pencils and some packets of pens for people at a conference. Again, we're back round to one of these. It's probably going to be the lowest common multiple. Yep, there are 40 pencils in a box, and there are 15 packets. John gives 1 pencil and 1 pen. He has no pencils or pens left. How many boxes of pens and pencils did John buy? Oh, yes. We're just missing some of the answer lines lower down, so that confused me for a moment. Okay, Venn diagram. The only thing they've got in common is a 5, so that means there's 3 2s in here, and there is a 3 in here. So this was the pencils, yep, and this is the pens. So that means if we want boxes of pencils, there were 3. If we want boxes of pens, which I think there should have been an answer line for, but wasn't. We want 2 times 2 times 2 times 15, so that's 8. And if we wanted to know how many he handed out in total, then it would be 2 times 2 times 2 times 5 times 3. Well, all of this is 40 times by 3, 120.